Let's put this at the start of the video. We're not a facts channel, okay guys? We're not reporting or reacting to give facts. We are an opinion-based channel, and lots of those opinions can be right or wrong. So there we go. That's Brian and I covered for the rest of the video.
And all our allegations, we always need to use allegedly afterwards.
It should be before, but Brian hasn't figured that out.
He's gay, and then Douglas, allegedly.
Yeah, that's literally what's been happening. So guys, enjoy the video.
I'm about to go to court, and I don't even know what I did wrong. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs is making up tons of lies about me to the police to try to get me thrown in jail so I can't release my documentary about them. But the crazy part is I'm not even allowed to know what they're saying I did. Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court, so I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator to animate over it. Right now, I kind of don't even know what I'm being charged for because all of the body cam footage has been redacted, and they say it's to protect the victims.
I love how it's animated in Lego. I just think that is so fitting.
Yeah, but it's anime Lego as well.
It's so good.
I do have some concern in this case with the defendant representing himself. The allegations here relate to the fact that the defendant, he's a person he's a YouTuber, who creates videos, publishes them online.
Is this a real lawyer in court? Do they really talk like
I don't think is this a lawyer?
Yes. I'm interpreting this as it's a real audio from the court, and the person talking right now is the lawyer of Bricks and Minifigs talking about what?
One of my sisters fucked around cleaning my setup, and I think my cables are a bit janky. I couldn't hear you there. Sorry.
The audience heard me, and that's what matters. Let's continue.
If this defendant were to represent himself and we were to provide body cams and discovery, we would be now providing additional information and fodder for this defendant to create videos from which he could profit by placing them on YouTube at the expense of our victim. I have serious concerns for that.
What? They're worried that whatever information they give him,
he's gonna make more videos and more money.
The videos are not making nearly as much money as you think. Whatever that lawyer thinks. Reckless Ben could make a video on something else. This isn't the only thing he can do. He's a massive YouTuber now. He can go do something else and he will get as much views, maybe more.
The state of Utah is claiming that if they tell me what I'm being accused of, then I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh.
And they can't have that. They're arguing to the judge that the best thing to do is to not let me know what's being said about me, which is very strange, but that's their argument. And just in case you haven't been following along with this whole Lego story, this is all happening because I stepped in to help a family who got their Lego collection stolen from a company called Bricks and Minifigs. And for the last couple months, this company's been doing whatever they can to get me arrested so they can keep all the Legos for themselves. And this isn't even just me speculating.
That's such a funny fucking sentence. Trying to get me in jail so they can keep all the Lego for themselves. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode, dude. If it wasn't for that dastardly YouTuber, we would have got away with it.
I almost got all the Lego all to myself. It wasn't for that scrawny-haired little fucker.
One of their own employees literally told us what their plan was.
I got a call from my boss, and it was like, how do we get them arrested? How do we get them arrested?
But eventually,
well,
Bricks and Minifigs found out that I'm not just some random kid. I'm actually a YouTuber making a documentary on the entire scandal.
So the YouTube guy is named Reckless Ben. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah, this is when things really started getting crazy. Bricks and Minifigs went into ultimate defense mode and was going to do whatever it takes to prevent this documentary from coming out. First, the police got a call saying I had on me.
This officer's going to conduct the search of your person because of substances in the vehicle.
And obviously, they found nothing. But then they got a call saying that I was the one that stole the Legos. And I got swatted by the entire police department.
An important note of him getting swatted was they really didn't want any recordings of the swatting. They really didn't want any. But Ben managed to get one like on his phone, and it made him look like super bad. And it's so sus. So many sus behaviors going on here from all around.
The judge is looking at signing a protective order to protect Josh and all of his statements about me. If this protective order gets signed, then I'll never be able to find out what he's claiming I did.
I got bad news. I don't think we have any more budget for animation, dude.
Oh, shoot. So how do we animate this next court scene? I guess if we have to not pay the lawyers, then I guess the animation's more important, right?
Yeah, we decided maybe the lawyers are actually more important.
What's the animation gonna end up like? That's so funny.
Just little stick figures.
If only the police would give him the documents so he can get views to pay animators to animate more. Wow, thanks, state of Utah.
Yeah, we ran out of animation budget. Sorry, guys.
The court's inclined to sign this pretrial protective order unless you have an objection to it, Mr. Schneider, and the objection to such an order.
Yes, I think there's a bunch of misunderstandings in this case, and so this person doesn't want to get exposed, so he's making up a lot of lies about me to order to like get me arrested before he gets exposed. So that's what this whole thing's about.
However, before I was allowed to show any of the overwhelming evidence I have to support my claims, the judge didn't care about the evidence and signed the protective order anyways.
Oh my
The person to
gosh.
sign this order and serve it upon you.
So the court has made it clear they do not want to look at the evidence and they want to protect Josh and Brandon for some reason. And now I have to somehow fight a court case against all of these mystery crimes against me that I have no clue what they're even saying I did.
This is insane.
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. I don't
Ryan's
want to
really
put the
trying to be quiet today, huh? Not because he's tired though.
No, I just don't
Because he
want
wants
to
to
put
get
the
back in
tinfoil
the
hat.
country. He's thinking of end of July when he's returning to America. And he's like, I don't know. I think the state of Utah is fantastic. I'd love it,
I think
really.
the judiciary system is
Flawless,
fine.
really. Yeah, honestly. Fuck Reckless Ben.
Yeah.
You know?
He had it coming.
I'm also being charged with another case in Provo, Utah. This is where Corporate Bricks and Minifigs is, which is why I'm also being charged here. And this police department has surprisingly actually followed the law when it comes to discovery.
Oh.
And they sent me all the raw body cam footage
Oh.
of what I'm being charged for.
Oh,
Let's start
wow.
at the beginning. The moment I first met the CEO.
Okay, well, that's kind of nice. You really don't know what the fuck you're gonna get when you get into the legal system, do you? It's like a roll of the dice. You could get the nice police that are like, hey, here's everything you asked for. And then you could just get, no, protective order. It seems very inconsistent. That's probably most people's issue with courts is they're inconsistent, right? It's only a matter of time until AI probably replaces judges, right? Like how long until AI replaces human judges? Because how fast could they analyze all the evidence? They could just, right? Court case that took 5 minutes, guilty, moving on, next person.
That is terrifying.
Before exposing this company for the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good faith to give them an opportunity to do the right thing first before I make a documentary about this.
You had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Never happened.
But the CEO did not want to take the opportunity to do the right thing and instead instantly called the cops on us.
Hi there, I'm calling to report a crime.
Whoa! Dude didn't even sit down. He like Ben was
Crime?
like 10 meters away.
An emotional murder just happened. They hurt my feelings.
How do people make such rash decisions?
I think that's when you know there's guilt.
When they overreact instantly?
They overreact to try and convince their brain, trying to calm them
scare
down.
them off. That'll hide that. Yeah, that'll hide the problem.
I think that's what
Is it
I
better?
would assume that is. It's just a kind of like false reassurance to yourself. So therefore, if I make this phone call and I say this out loud, then yes.
It must be true.
You guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill
What?
you. It's Ben Snyder who's been the one engaged in this behavior.
You can see in the police report that the crime he wanted to get us charged for is called extortion, which basically means we're threatening him into paying us, which is very illegal. However, obviously he's just making all of this up. The reality is, I just thought it was a nice gesture to give him the opportunity to do the right thing first.
If you guys do have our Legos, we just kind of want them back, you know? And
But if there's one thing I've learned from this entire experience, it's that whoever ends up doing the morally right thing just ends up getting screwed over.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
That's insane.
That is insane.
So you just said he just goes in and then makes up the story that your man Ben said he was going to burn the place down if he didn't get the Legos. Like I heard that right. Like that's what he said.
We all heard.
No, but I'm making sure I didn't miss something.
You heard
because
it. I heard it.
That is such a crazy.
That's
such a crazy jump from a civil discourse.
He's trying to burn us down.
Right now, their strategy is to get me arrested before I get them arrested. So now, I'm gonna Uno reverse this and get Eamon, the CEO, arrested before he gets me arrested. But if I'm gonna be the reason that someone's going to jail, I should probably make sure that they definitely deserve this. So, I'm gonna give them one more chance to try to do the right thing first. But instead of doing the right thing and attempting to work this out, Eamon just hid in his little office. And he called the police on me.
I can already tell you right now, no one's coming out to talk to you guys. Like
Really? But they told us that they were.
I know.
Normally I wouldn't want to get someone arrested, but we gave him every opportunity to talk to us, so at this point, he's just arresting himself. However, the only difference between my strategy and Bricks and Minifigs' strategy is I don't have to lie to the police. Eamon McNeff actually committed a crime. I have tons of crimes on camera that Eamon McNeff has committed. Let's start at the beginning with crime number 1.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No. So who's
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who is that?
He's a guy who had he had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Nope. Never happened.
Eamon was first trying to claim that he's never even heard of Brian Mansell, and this guy definitely never had any Legos in a Bricks and Minifigs store. But once we showed him all of the social media posts his own company made, it was very obvious that we just caught him in a lie. So the CEO decided to change his story, and now the story is the Legos used to be in the store, but the previous owner, Crystal, she stole the Legos right before they took over the store.
Back up
We
the
don't
easy way.
have the Lego. Crystal sold the Lego.
The only problem is their security camera footage of the previous owner getting kicked out.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet.
What he's implying is that Crystal sold it and didn't pay Brian. Oh my gosh.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
Corporate just said that they're going to be the ones to take over the consignment deal with all the Legos that are still in the store. And as extra proof that these Lego sets were still in the store, the owner went into the back and started taking pictures of everything that you can verify in the metadata with the timestamps that match the exact moment she's getting kicked out. And then you can see her leave the store with nothing in her hands, proving that the sets were still in the store and the CEO is lying to us right now.
Ooh, that was like some Ace Attorney shit. You know, Ace Attorney, the game. Objection! Dude, that's the way you should have animated this part.
Mr. Mustache is a fucking liar.
You sent a bunch of pictures of the Legos still in the back, and you can see in the security camera footage, corporate comes and throws her out.
Great. I understand what you're talking about, but you have a misunderstanding of what has occurred, and you're taking one person's word over another person's word. You need to go after the party that's responsible, and you don't want to because that's not easy.
That's the biggest lie right there. You're not going after the party responsible because that's not easy. This recording is back in 2023, guys. This has been going on for 3 years. I'm pretty sure, Ben, if he wanted things to be easy, he wouldn't be here 3 years later still dealing with this dog shit of a situation.
Imagine a time jump of the guy saying this and then cuts to now him in court like, fuck.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
You have accepted a narrative that is not real, and you are continuing to pursue that narrative because it's easy and it gives you views and it gives you all sorts of clout and does all sorts of things that way.
So basically what the CEO is trying to explain to me is we shouldn't be looking at the evidence. Instead, I should just be taking his word for it because he said so.
Crystal Law was a former franchisee of Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah.
She took Mr. Mansell's Lego, sold it, didn't pay him, she has his money. But she sold his Lego, she has his money.
I'm gonna play a little more devil's advocate, just to throw another perspective out there. What if possibility is that both are true? Crystal sold it, didn't pay Brian. What was left over was then acquired by Bricks and Minifigs and they kicked her out. They sold it and also didn't pay Brian. So 2 different people sold Brian shit and Brian never got paid. So that's what I think. Not saying that is what happened, but it's a possibility. It could explain why bricks and minifigs and this kind of little nugget. This little nugget over here that, yeah, we look, it's not everything, but what about them? Yeah, we might have done a little dabbling. We'll give you maybe $10,000. I don't know. We'll throw a dog to the bone kind of a thing. There's got to be something that they have that makes them this stupidly convinced. That's the only way I can put it. They've got to have something.
We're going to demonstrate his argument with a little skit.
Oh, that wasn't a backflip. No.
Oh, are you sure?
You have a misunderstanding of what happened.
Yes, this is the exact argument the CEO is trying to make. Something we just saw in video. The CEO is saying never happened.
Yeah, because he's like,
would mean the CEO's lying.
So just before he said that, your man Ben said we saw it on camera. You see her bringing the stuff out from the back or bringing all the stuff into the back. Like, it's like we saw it on video, and he goes, no, you have a misinterpretation of it. It's the biggest gaslighter I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Put glasses on him. Doesn't he kind of look like a mid-40s mini lad? Put them glasses and classic glasses on.
To be fair, the way he's talking here does remind me of that party where he
looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's mini lad.
If you lie about a crime the way Eamon's lying to me right now, then that's not just morally wrong anymore. That crosses into new territory called illegal. The specific crime is called obstruction. If someone commits this crime, they can get arrested. We're at the police station, and we're going to charge them with a criminal crime, obstructing of evidence of a $200,000 theft. And good news for us, we found out last week that all of the police in Utah take obstruction very seriously here. The police arrested my friend Sheldon for obstruction just for locking his phone.
Right now you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back. I was just locking my phone.
You're under arrest for obstruction of evidence right now.
The crazy part is, the police didn't even have a warrant, so Sheldon locking his phone was 100% legal. But the police arrested him anyways because that's literally how serious the police take obstruction crimes here. They do not mess around when it comes to obstruction. So now, just imagine how angry the police are gonna be when I go into the police station and tell them that someone is actually, for real this time, committing an obstruction crime. And this obstruction crime is on a much bigger scale. Later, the police called me saying that they were going to do a police investigation on this.
Hey, Benjamin, this is Officer Halpern from Provo Police.
I told the detective the entire situation.
He was saying that this family's Lego sets were never even in the store, like all of this stuff, and it's all documented. I have video of all of him saying this. I think he's like falsifying evidence, and I think that's obstruction.
And now that we stole Bricks and Minifigs' strategy,
Ben reminds me of XQC.
Is finally gonna work.
He's got the XQC kind of, you know.
Down.
I mean, I submitted the videos of Eamon saying we're gonna burn down the building and shoot him.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you.
And then I submitted all the raw footage of the entire conversation I had with him, proving to the police that we never even said anything close to this. This raw footage verifies that everything I told the police is true, and everything Eamon told the police is a lie. On top of that, I even got access to the complete case Eamon made against me, and he doesn't have a single piece of evidence to support any of his claims.
Evidence is like PDF, MP4, boom, evidence. That's enough.
Well, he's got three files of evidence. One of them's a video.
Just him showing that Ben was there. He was there. He was there. Can't really hear what he said though. I don't think that's relevant.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hello, my name is Ben Schneider. A couple months ago, I made a case, and you were the officer that was helping me create it. I submitted a bunch of evidence through a link you sent me, and this was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything back. And so I'm just calling to see if I can get some type of update on how the case is going. It's about the CEO, Eamon McNeff of Bricks and Minifigs, in an obstruction case. And so if you could give me a call back at your earliest convenience, that'd be awesome.
It's just every single branch of the legal system congested and inefficient and just a fucking mess, bro. I'm dealing with stuff privately, but it's not a big deal. It's kind of very small. It's whatever. But it's just shown me how fucking dog shit lawyers are at essentially delivering things on time. I thought YouTubers were bad to organize and communicate and let's play games and plan and schedule. I think lawyers might be worse.
Oh, they're worse.
As helpful and as needed lawyers are, it would be nice if things could be run a little better.
Promptly.
Yeah. You seem to have experience, Brad. You agreed rather quickly there.
Yeah. Remember the house move situation?
Oh.
Timeline of ending a lease and legal stuff with it and concerns and trying to get the lawyer. Hey, could you oh, I don't know. Can you answer my question before we have to leave the property? Can you? These are really important questions. Could you answer? You get the automated email. I'm currently on vacation right now for the 12th time this year.
Yes! Fuck Sam, bro! This bitch been on vacation 6 months out of 12 years.
Yeah.
She's in some South American country.
Tanya.
Like over half of the year.
Yeah.
God knows what's going on, and you're just trying to get literally the simplest paperwork done ever.
Yeah.
And if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be up your ass. They'd be up your ass. But when they've got to, get their shit together, there's no rush for them. No rush for them. If you need to get something done for them, you better get it done. ASAP. Snip, snap, get it done. And we're moving on. Not all lawyers are like that. But fuck, why have Brian and I have
just ours.
Coincidentally,
Just
Brian and
ours.
I need to, yeah.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
Yeah, literally no matter what I tried, I could not get a hold of this police officer. So I'm traveling all the way back to Utah to go back to the Provo police station in person to see how the police investigation against Ammon is going. And I just so happened to get a hold of the police schedule and arrived at the exact time this officer was supposed to arrive. But before I could speak to this officer, one of the other police officers called into the front desk and asked to talk to me.
I'm not seeing him on duty right now.
Really? They said he was going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
There's always the chance that they might have called out sick or something.
Is there any way that you can, check if he's here, or?
He's definitely scheduled to be here. Like I said, they might have called out sick or something.
Are you able to look and see how the case is going?
He's definitely scheduled to be in, but what?
Dude, just seeing the camera angle pointed at the corner with the cable and everything, massive backrooms vibes. Massive.
That's not something that I can tell you over the phone.
Okay, you can't even just tell me how it's going, if he's still looking into it, or?
No, I can't. That's not something I can do.
Okay, well, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
So basically, I came all the way out here to find 0 answers, but eventually I did find an answer. They sent it to me in the mail, and looks like I was right. The police only had time to take on one of our cases, and it was
There really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys so you're not having to deal with this fool and all of his issues. We did find that there was another code that fit, and it's called aggravated commercial obstruction.
The police just told Eamon that even though there's absolutely nothing to his claim against me, if they work together, maybe they can fabricate some type of charge against me.
However, the tricky thing is that we have to prove that this individual either entered or remains unlawfully on the premise. When he came to the property, did you have to ask him more than once to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not leaving until we get it. And he's like, no.
I don't like that. That's...
No, I don't want to say anything. No, I don't want to talk. No, I don't want to talk. All of that speaks for itself. It really does.
It just cuts to Nogla and I both wearing the United States football jerseys, just like, hey, USA! waving
I
flags.
know, look, I'll be honest, I do love America.
Absolutely love it. And it's not all of America. This is state by state in different places.
Every person is different in America. Every state is different. Every store, every police station, everything.
But right now, Utah, even though it's one of the most stunningly beautiful places I've ever seen, like, it was stunning. But this is a little scary.
So Eamon's telling the police that even though they continuously told us to leave, we didn't leave. But if we go back and look at the footage of what happened, this is the reality.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time?
I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. Okay. As a separate business entity, you got to take it up with them. You got to resolve it with them.
Okay, well, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Good luck.
Sweet, thank you.
Hey, you want to talk? They're on their way out. If you want me to grab them or not?
I don't know. It kind of looks like the reality of what happened is we left too early for them. They wanted to pull us back in to keep talking to us. But we did show back up a second time. And to Ammon's credit, about halfway through the conversation, he did say that if we don't leave, he's going to call the cops on us.
You can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
And this is right after I told him you could do it either the easy way and just give us the Legos back, or we can do it the hard way, implying that we would take him to court.
So you're threatening me.
I'm not threatening. We're right. Like, we have a right to the Legos, so we're gonna get them the easy way or the hard way.
What proof of ownership have you provided to me that you own this Lego?
I mean, I can give you proof if you want.
Right. Provide proof.
But right after he says this, he's now asking us to provide him proof that we actually are entitled to these Legos, so we can't leave now because he just told us to stay and provide proof. And then at the very end of the conversation, he says this one more time.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for working with us, and so see you later.
Well, we have now all just seen the video footage of what actually happened. But now let's hear how Ammon describes it to the police.
Guys, at this point, I've asked you to leave. Please leave. Well, you have to listen to us. You have to pay us this money. No, guys, you need to leave, and you're not leaving. Like, when I asked multiple times, they did not leave.
Looks like that might be a second-degree felony. He's facing felony charges. It is a felony?
Yes, because I went to the corporate headquarters and tried to give Ammon the easy way out of all of this, they're now trying to get me on a second-degree felony, which I don't really know how any of this would make me get a second-degree felony. Like, what the heck, police officers? But they're doing it, and the punishment for this crime is 15 years in jail.
I don't know, like however else, like some of that stuff comes through, but like the reality is, like, we've tried to talk with him and said, we're willing to work with you.
Yeah, I think one of the main reasons the police keep taking Ammon's side instead of ours, besides the whole Mormon thing, is that Ammon keeps framing the situation as he's just the helpful CEO who's trying to do the right thing and return Brian's property. And we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian.
Why Brian kicking dog?
So I say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Yeah, because Brian said
he was unwilling to work with us.
Well, Brian said he asked for the store inventory, and that because he said like he wanted to work with you, and then you guys didn't provide the store inventory.
We asked him to provide us with any documentation, and he provided us with a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is not something that anybody can, you can just walk over to a McDonald's right now and say, all of your ice cream machines belong to me. Why? Because so-and-so said so. And I have a spreadsheet that says that all these ice cream machines belong to me. That's not proof of ownership, that's not proof of anything.
So first off, this spreadsheet Ammon's referring to wasn't just some mystery spreadsheet, it was the actual inventory the store made. But I guess Ammon's trying to claim that the previous owner stole the Legos and then lied on the inventory, and so now it basically makes this inventory invalid. He said that when corporate was taking over the store, that they actually did their own inventory, and this is the correct inventory.
When we took over, we did an inventory.
And good news for me, he's willing to give me this inventory. He's actually always been willing to give it to me or Brian. All we've ever had to do was ask.
We will work with you to obtain any Lego that does exist.
Well, we did that, and you guys.
When?
I think like 5 or 6 times, and we've gotten 0 response back.
Do you not think it's interesting how? Do you remember the other 2 guys that were talking to Ben before Mr. Pringles comes out to them. They said, you know, it's a separate entity. You have to take this up with them, meaning the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're corporate, they're a separate entity. You have to take it up with
because
the
Bricks
store.
and Minifigs is kind of like...
It's a franchise.
There's a bigger company that kind of operates everything, and then the little company is just a mom and pop store that basically has the name and branding and everything else and yada yada.
Yeah, and so then they took away the thing from the owners and then took it over. So, but you have these guys saying you have to take it up with them, not us. And then your man comes out and then he's saying, we did this, we came in, we did this. It's like the people that they're providing information to, Ben, one person saying yellow, the other person saying red. Like, they're just a bunch of information that seems just wrong.
Literally the first thing I did right when I heard about this entire situation was I Googled Bricks and Minifigs, clicked on their website, clicked contact us, and sent them a message. I actually got a message back from corporate saying that they would love to help, but after a few months, I kept trying to reply to this message and they just completely ghosted me.
I think we've done like 6 over the last 4 or 5 months.
Pull it up. Find out. Tell me when.
Let's see. I say like, hey, I don't think this ever got resolved. I'm just reaching back out right now, and then never.
Hit forward right now. Resend it.
What's the email?
That is I don't know what email address that is.
This was on your guys' website.
That says fbc.team. I said franchise at bricksandminifigs.com.
Well, this is just on the website, so.
Did I tell you to look up something on the website and send it there?
Well,
did I say that? Just barely.
Well, that's what.
Yes or no? Did I say that?
No.
I just said send me an email to franchise at bricksandminifigs.com. And we will work with that.
But you're getting mad at me because I emailed the email on the website?
You keep saying that you, like, so I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you, send it to that one.
Yeah, but you're like getting upset at us that we emailed the email that was on your website.
No, I'm telling you the way to do this, and you've been probably trying to communicate with a ghost.
He's making this shit up as he goes. He's like, have you ever said anything to us? Have you ever said anything to us? Well, you should have sent this email that I'm about to tell you right now.
You didn't have that email months prior to the conversation. And again, the only thing he can email is the contact us on the website. That makes perfectly logical sense. It's a very sensible email to use. He asked for evidence, then tried to get in contact and gave the evidence. And obviously somewhere in between, he's like saying, oh, forward that to this email. And he's getting mad at Ben because Ben, I don't know, probably made a mistake or something with forwarding it. And then we just heard right there, we just heard at the end there, oh, you've been talking with a ghost. Why have a contact us on your fucking website if the CEO calls it a ghost?
You guys can send that inventory list to us?
I do believe so, yes. I think we have sent that to Brian.
He says he said that's all he wants is the inventory list, and he'll stop like bugging you guys.
Well, then, Mr. Mansell and you, and if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go.
But you guys will give him the inventory list because he said he's been asking for it for over a year now.
We can show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal Law, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't there, and also try and identify how to proceed from there.
Yeah, I think Brian gets upset because he says they always say that they'll send me the list, kind of like how you're saying, oh, we can send it easily, but then when it comes down to it, you'll never actually send it. So maybe if you actually go ahead and send it, it would make him feel better.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get at. We're more than willing to work with you and help you.
Music coming back.
I'm saying send an email to that email address that I just gave to you, and that will produce results.
Anyways, I sent an email to the email he told me about, not the one on their website. That's a bad email.
Naughty email.
Naughty. The CEO was going to be pissed. But according to Ammon, now that I've sent this email, I should be receiving the inventory list very soon. So I waited all day, and I got no answer. So the next day, I sent them another email. I patiently waited again for about a week. And finally...
This is the response. Mr. Schneider, BAM Franchising Incorporation will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content. Attempts to obtain privileged or confidential information through misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents.
Just for me asking for this inventory list to prove their innocence, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, if you're innocent, I want to prove that you're innocent with this inventory list. But now, by me trying to do that, that's criminal behavior on my part.
And considered harassment. And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities, aka the cops.
So don't ask for our inventory list or else we're going to call the cops.
Yes, Bricks and Minifigs has officially banned me from ever asking for this inventory list again. And I'm not the only one who's banned from asking for this list.
He promised us a full inventory right away. We've never received it.
Yeah, and every time it's been just absolutely nothing. So we've never gotten anything. We've never gotten an inventory list.
Yeah, the previous owner who got her entire store stolen from her by corporate. I mean, she's legally required to get sent an inventory list, and even she, 2 years later, has not gotten it yet.
It would have resolved everything because they would have had to identify everything in the store, and it would have identified all of Brian's stuff, and they never provided it, so we couldn't then demand the third-party evaluation.
And it's now, what, a year and a half later?
You know, who knows what.
Still no inventory.
Dang.
So, would have solved a lot of problems a year and a half ago to go, here's the inventory.
And even Brian still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales because they can't provide it. They opened the store up almost right away and started selling it.
This is crazy because if they're using this excuse towards Ben that he's harassing and all this other stuff, right? And that's the reason they're not sending him the inventory list. Why are they not sending it to Brian and Crystal when they don't have a YouTube channel and they're not harassing them? They don't even get the inventory list. My question is, does the inventory list even fucking exist? I actually think it doesn't. I think this is corporate arrogance and incompetence at its finest, and they just can't admit that they maybe are a little bit of a shitty company with holes in their operation.
There is an inventory list. The list that was made by that couple, they made their inventory list. They had the last inventory list before they left. CoffeeZilla did a really good thing where he actually had an interview with a man, and a man, that's his name, Eamon. And did an inventory stock check on some of the stuff. It was hilarious watching him go through his inventory stock list. So he does have his one, and they compared the two, and there was stuff missing from Eamon's one. You saw the guy who kicked the woman out of her store. He comes up with a U-Haul, and then they got a member of staff that worked in, that guy had his own Bricks and Minifigs in somewhere in Bend, Oregon. I think it was Bend, Oregon. A guy that worked in that store then came forward and said that he was working, and his boss arrives in a U-Haul with a bunch of Star Wars Lego sets, and they started selling.
Oh.
So when all this story came out, the guy who worked there was like, wait a second. That was around the time when we got that huge bunch of Star Wars stuff in. And then he had left the job.
So they took a chunk of the consignment and gave it to this other guy.
It's kind of like money laundering. Just disperse the inventory a bit, and you know,
potentially, allegedly, questionably, you know.
Allegedly, yeah. Thank you, lawyer. Thank you, lawyer.
Don't want to accuse anyone of a crime here.
And the worst part about all of this is it seems like the CEO is pretty much just trying to rub all of this in everyone's face. When I turned on the news, I saw this.
Box Loca.
As far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory and shown him that inventory to offer that?
We've tried to share those with Mr. Mansell in hopes that he can see, you know, like that we were not attempting in any way, shape, or form to withhold anything. Those then were offered to him, and the initial offer was rejected.
So now on public television, Ammon, the CEO, is telling the world that he tried to give us this inventory, but we're the ones that didn't want it.
We do want to help him recover as much of the collection. Our number one priority right now is to ensure that he gets made whole. we know that we have a responsibility to work with him to make sure he does get made whole.
So you've offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store.
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table so we can discuss it.
And this is pretty much Ammon's game plan now. Go on as many news stations as you can and lie.
The entire time we were saying, hey, we want to help, we want to help.
The main narrative now seems to be Bricks and Minifigs has always been trying to give Brian his Legos back, but Brian just never wanted them back.
Would you be willing to just take this? And the answer was no. It was attempted to be given to the family, and it was refused.
They made the offer and said, hey, you can have all this. And that offer was not accepted at the time.
I'm pretty sure it's because he only offered him, let's say,
partial
40 to 50% of what's supposed to be there.
Maybe less, maybe less.
So, you know, and that's why it's rejected. He's probably advised do not accept that.
Yeah,
because then
this is
you'll
one
be
of
done.
I think this is one of those situations where he's being purposely vageful to add this fog to the situation.
Yeah. I tried to return the inventory.
The lack of specifics is purposeful.
Yeah, but how much of the inventory? Your inventory list that doesn't compare with the original owner's inventory list, where they have a huge amount of inventory that's still allocated to Brian. And then their inventory list, which is possibly after the alleged U-Haul.
Yeah, thank you, Brian.
Thing.
Well done. Correct.
And then their inventory list post that, which is going to be much smaller. They probably said, "Oh yeah, we have all these things. We can give these back to you." Because, well, chances are, if I was doing something, you know, I would probably look a bit more valuable.
Let's move on here. Let's move on. I'm going to cut you off.
Well, that's Ammon's side of the story, but I say let's take a look at what actually happened.
Read from the bottom up. That is our correspondence with Bricks and Minifigs, trying to work with them in getting the sets back.
So right when this happened, Brian hired an attorney to reach out to Bricks and Minifigs. They sent an email saying, how should we proceed to retake the possession of the sets/minifigures?
Music is
they
good.
actually emailed back saying they were willing to help. And then after this, they just never respond. So Brian's attorney sent them another email, just following up on this, when can we pick up the sets? And they still didn't respond. So the attorneys emailed back saying, it's now been 16 days. How can we get these Legos back? And finally, they received a response.
It says Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson have no legal obligation to return any of the Lego product that exists in their store to you. What? So yeah, basically they're saying that they're the ones that are not able to work with you, is what it seems like.
They finished this email saying, we consider this matter closed and will not be returning any Lego products to you. So as you can see, that's the reality of what actually happened. But then Ammon goes on Fox News and says this.
So they actually did have an attorney send information to us. We said, great, appreciate this. Let's see what we can do to work this out.
Yeah.
And then we never heard back.
Dude, you know what? You could be right. Maybe those glasses you asked for is pretty accurate. We met up at the show. We're working things out.
Yeah.
It's the exact same energy.
You know what he also reminds me of? He reminds me of DSP as well. He reminds me of DSP. He's like a DSP mini lad love child. It's such a weird, like, lack of accountability, the lack of specifics in situations as well.
Yeah, specifics for sure.
Using, you know, vagueness to
vagueness
support
is
your argument
yeah.
is, I think, such a manipulative way to behave. Whether you're telling the truth or not, you should always just try and be specific. But the more you're lying, the harder it is to be specific. It just is.
You're gonna trip over eventually.
If you make a lie, you have to have all your other lies.
You're spinning a web.
That lie. Yeah,
you're spinning a web, and then you're just gonna trip.
It's too difficult. The structure never lasts. The web never lasts of lies. It always eventually falls.
And going on like Fox News then and saying, we wanted to give Brian his stuff back. He's the one that didn't want his stuff back. He didn't want any of his things.
That's my point. I don't know. He's lying.
I truly do believe in integrity. Truly, I believe in the sentiment of integrity, and I believe everyone should have integrity.
But anyways, another thing the CEO seems to be pretty upset about is that when Brian kept demanding his stuff back and couldn't get it back, eventually he had enough. And he was like, I'm going to make a Facebook post about this. I was talking to him at corporate headquarters. He made it very clear that what they did is technically not actually considered theft.
There is no theft. Do you understand the legal definition of theft? Legally have to be the definition of knowing that the property was stolen or otherwise not belonging to that person.
And on my phone,
that was not known until Mr. Mansell came in days later and said, I have some of these things that need to be...
And that's another lie again, because...
It is not another lie.
So I showed Ammon the security camera footage where corporate acknowledges that they are now going to be responsible for these Lego Star Wars sets.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay.
Who's this guy? I think he might be the #1 problem. He is the crux of this whole situation. My theory, and it's just a theory, it's not a fact, is that this guy is the main person probably fucked up, okay? And now,
I agree.
And now Ammon is covering for him. You know, they're probably non-blood brothers, you know what I mean? Brothers from another mother kind of a thing, and I gotta cover for him. He's made a massive fuck up.
What's to say, like I'm saying, he opens a safe, sees some of the more valuable stuff. I'm going to have me some of that, bring it down to my store. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to write up this list, give it to Eamon. Eamon, here's the inventory list of everything I found in the store.
I took a bit for myself.
But what if Eamon doesn't know this and he takes this? No, this is the list. This is the list I've been given. Joshua would never lie to me. He's my bro. This is the list. And then the other people, this woman has her own list. And they're trying to say, no, my list is right. No, my list is right. And then this guy is, you know, gone off with some other inventory stuff, make some sales for his store. So I think you could be right. Really, White Hat here could be the one that's caused all the problems.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
And after showing him this footage to try to bring the conversation back to reality, this was his response.
Extortion?
Because we caught you guys?
No, because you are attempting to extort us, so that's what you're doing. What you are doing right now is illegal. It's an extortion.
So catching you guys in illegal activity, that's illegal on me.
Nope. We have done nothing.
See, I agree too. I agree. Nope, it's not illegal on us.
Ben is such a cheeky bitch, bro, sometimes.
Yeah.
He really
Thank you
is.
for agreeing.
A smart aleck. He's a smart aleck, true and true. I feel like that also doesn't help him, to be honest. It's funny, but it massively backfires because it really irks people.
It irks older people, like the smart-ass teenager. Like,
yeah,
I bet he gets like a lot of people snapping at him.
Oh, for sure, for sure. He's a masterful rage baiter, I will say.
You know, I was exasperated by the end of it, and that's, you know, like when people get tired and exasperated, that's when like, we finally got the footage that we can use to make him look like a completely unreasonable monster, you know, like so. Yeah. But that's what they do is you know, people whose goal is to do those types of things, they just harass and go after people as long and hard as they can until somebody breaks and says something that, you know, then they can, you know, use that one clip to be like, oh, look at this horrible monster of a person. So that's what I feel like has kind of really happened here.
So Ammon's claiming that I just harassed him for 30 minutes and finally he got fed up with us, which that was the one clip at the end that I used in my documentary. So I say let's go to the very beginning of the footage, my first interaction with them, and see what actually happened.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, literally from the very first sentence we ever exchanged with each other, Ammon's goal was just to lie to us. But anyways, I'm now starting to think that the only reason Ammon wanted us to email him about the inventory list wasn't actually give us the inventory list, but actually it was a trap. Yeah, Ammon only wanted me to email him so he can find out my email and subpoena Google and find out all of my private information. You think I'm lying, but they actually did this. They subpoenaed Google asking for all private information tied to this email address, and Google sent them like hundreds of hours of all the raw footage from everything I've filmed to the Lego video so far, all my emails, all my search history, all the metadata that shows everywhere I've been. But anyways, this was the reaction of the police officer after she watched my entire first episode.
I'm really curious to see like if this fool even makes any money doing this YouTube stuff. I'm like, if it's enough for him to travel to another state to go get some footage. It doesn't even sound like his like secret information doesn't even seem credible from my understanding.
How the fuck are other humans walking on this planet that watched that first video come away with that? I don't know how my brain would come to the same conclusion as her. We both watched that first video, Brian. We thought very differently. I just don't think you can think like other people when their thinking is so wrong. It's almost, they're unpredictable. They just don't know. I don't think they know. I think they just fucking make it up as they go along. Why does she keep saying fool like she's fucking intellectual as well? Honestly, the person I hate the most is whatever woman is talking right now. Brian, are you being quiet again for the same reason? Yeah, he is.
And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to absolute extreme lengths to hide from this lawsuit.
Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just...
No, I'm not accepting service from her. Absolutely not.
I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is showing all of the signs of a keyboard warrior, but for some reason they think that I'm the keyboard warrior. At this point, it almost seems like everything Bricks and Minifigs is doing, for some reason they think that I'm the one that's the one doing it.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys, hoping no more issues. There's so many other things that this guy could, like, be talking about, right?
No, 100%. But sometimes, you know, like, it's a sunk cost fallacy. They just think, oh, I put so much time and effort into this, I gotta make sure something happens.
Oh.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, Ammon just completely proved my point. Obviously, I'm not suffering from the sunk cost fallacy at all. Ammon's the one suffering from the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, they literally already admitted to me that they've held onto the Legos for so long, it's not worth it for them to give it back to us anymore.
I'm not going to distribute those things at this point. We've kept them on hold for this long, so.
Let's see what else Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Well, they're suing me for defamation. But this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs is actually the ones defaming me.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down.
Let's go to the next thing Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Extortion. When they're the ones actually extorting me by saying if I don't let them steal the Legos from us, they're going to make up a reason to throw me in jail.
You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang. Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Bricks and Minifigs is also getting me for RICO charges.
They're charging Reckless Ben for RICO. I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me.
What's RICO? RICO stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. It's a federal law passed by the US Congress in 1970 to target organized crime and racketeering. Oh, it allows prosecutors to charge multiple individuals and connect seemingly unrelated crimes into a single major conspiracy case.
Oh, it's like if you can get, yeah, I think I've seen it in movies. Was that in the Christian Bale Batman? It was like Harvey Dent was interviewing Joker or one of the mobsters. If they get the one mobster to admit he's involved, then all the other mobsters involved in it, they can all be. That is, he says, yeah, RICO. Yeah. Good job, Harvey Dent.
I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me. They're also accusing me of sending a sniper to shoot out the windows of the McNeff house.
You guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting from. It could be a sniper blade on the hill.
When the police got there, they realized it was actually a construction worker who accidentally shattered the window.
It seems more likely that it happened from construction work than it happened from some random people across the way.
What? It thought they got sniped and it was just a construction worker.
But even after all this, they still go online and say it was me.
He's trying to get Ben Schneider for like attempted murder. He's basically trying to set Ben Schneider up for attempted murder when meanwhile it was a nail from his own construction worker.
So what's the moral of the story here? It looks like everything bad Bricks and Minifigs is doing, they think that I'm the one that's doing the bad thing. It makes no sense.
Backrooms.
So, just to let you know, we call it double blind. The person who committed the crime may or may not be in the lineup or depicted. So I will give this to you. You'll have as much time as you need to choose someone or to not choose anyone. Whenever you're able to feel that you have ID'd somebody, I just ask that you circle it and then initial next to it.
And then like that?
Perfect.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
Cool.
Really, this was like the final step that I needed. This is legit. We've been able to verify who he is now.
Yep. So the police put on this big performance to make it look like they're going to all this work to verify the facts, when in reality, they already know who I am. They already subpoenaed Google. They already watched my entire first Lego video. They already went through all my search history. To me, this just feels like a staged performance so they can show the world, hey, look, we verified everything, when if they would have just put an equal amount of effort into watching the raw footage I submitted to them, they would have found out that Ammon's just completely lying to them, but for some reason they didn't. A few weeks later, when I ended up going to court, this was the state's response.
My name is Nick Mielstein. I'm the prosecutor. Is Benjamin Schneider here?
Yes.
If you want to take care of that today, we can do what we call a plea in abeyance.
Were you able to see the footage I submitted to the police of our interaction?
I have not watched it, no.
Okay, because in that footage, you can clearly see that the second he tells us to leave, we say, okay, we'll leave. And then he calls the police and said that we threatened to burn down the building and shoot everyone inside. And he was just making up all these lies, which you can clearly see in the footage that we submitted. We were being respectful the whole time. We left the second he told us to.
Sorry, let me look.
And so it makes sense why the police would take me to court, because, I mean, he's threatening that we're going to burn down the building and shoot everyone, but we did nothing. Like, he's just saying that because he's trying to. I'm a documentary maker, so I'm making a documentary on the thing. So his logic is if he throws me in jail, then if he makes up a reason for me to go to jail, then I won't be able to expose them for their crimes.
I miss the animation. I wish he had more money for that animator. This is fucking painful.
And this is why he can't afford a lawyer. He's represented himself because he put all the money to the animation last. And as someone involved with a group of people making an animation, yeah, it's hella expensive.
It seems like they're just making up a bunch of false information in order to silence criticism.
So did you submit that to the police officer?
Yes.
Is the footage going such that it's still going, like when you step out the door?
It starts from when we're in the elevator before we talk to him to when we were back in the elevator going back down.
Obviously, a video doesn't necessarily show everything that possibly happened.
So according to the state of Utah, the raw video that shows everything that possibly could have happened is not credible and could not have shown everything that possibly could have happened. And they didn't even watch it.
Oh.
Okay. How can video like not show everything that happened? Here's a POV of everything that happened from start to finish, no editing, uncut, raw video file. It shows all the dialogue, all parts of the encounter.
This doesn't mean it shows everything that possibly happened.
What the fuck? What the fuck, you scrawny scarecrow looking motherfucker?
You know what? Fuck, Ben. Let's go, Bricks and Minifigs. They did nothing wrong.
That video footage is not credible. Just like how our video apparently is not credible enough to be included in that montage. Fucking Ludwig. Fucking Hassan. Ooh.
That's crazy. Hassan and Ludwig being thrown in there? That's wild.
Or maybe I can be here. I just have to be in disguise so no one recognizes
Fuck's
me.
sake.
No.
All right, I'm here with, what was your name?
I'm Jerome. Just here to support the cause.
Oh my god. He's such a fucking troll. He's such a troll, dude.
I spent the rest of the day protesting for the cause, and not a single person here recognized who I actually am. And maybe the
He's just
protesting
front and
worked
center.
because after a full month of remaining silent, I finally have an announcement.
Well, it looks like I don't need this disguise anymore because I have my freedom of speech back, baby. I can say whatever I want. I can say bricks and minifigs sucks. I can say bricks and minifigs still hold people. And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick.
Yeah, but he had to say it from the safety of 100,000-foot pole.
You must have really good phone signal there.
And now that I have my freedom of speech back, everyone is wondering how bricks and minifigs can make up for the fact that they made up all these lies about me to take away my freedom of speech. Most legal experts are saying I could easily win millions of dollars from bricks and minifigs, but instead, I have a better solution.
If they want to apologize, they can say that they're sorry by doing the chicken dance. And I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once they do the chicken dance, then I will know that Bricks and Minifigs is sorry. And we can finally move on to the next video series. And it'll be awesome. So you guys might be thinking, why do you want them to do the chicken dance? And there's actually a reason. So this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs always says the right thing, but then their actions don't match their words at all. So I was thinking, well, if they get given an apology, they might say the right things, you know, but they're not actually going to mean it. So by doing the chicken dance, I'm going to basically just be giving them another opportunity to do the right thing, not just with their words, but with their actions. And once they decide to do the right thing, then I'll move on to the next video series and never talk about Bricks and Minifigs again. And also make sure to check us out at www.westealfromoldpeople.com, because right now we have 2 new Lego sets for sale that you can buy right now. One of Joshua Johnson and one of Ammon McNeff. And we're only making 500 of each.
Is that a fucking buildables?
They look like they do. And also, this video has like 3 million views, so they're definitely sold out.
Also, part 4 is coming soon. If you subscribe to Patreon, you'll be the first to watch it. And also, subscribe to part 5, subscribe to part 6, part 7, all the way to part 100. We're doing 100 parts. My lawyer said if Bricks and Minifigs sues me, which they've still not dropped their lawsuit, then it'll be at least 2 years and 52 weeks a year. That's 104 parts at least.
That ending's funny because I don't think he's lying. I think this could go on for years and we're gonna get like part fucking 40, dude. We're in for the long haul, folks. I hope you are too. Check out our Patreon, guys. Link in the top description, pinned comment. It's free to join, $3 a month, early videos, uncensored as much as possible, and exclusive video as well once a month. And the Minecraft server. I actually forgot the Minecraft server. Modded Minecraft server exclusive for all you Patreon people. I hope you enjoyed. Hit the end of the video, like, subscribe, and all the good stuff. The end.